Hello my friends and welcome back. I'm Chisco Gaming, and in today's video I'm going to give you an intro to the beast cage and your very first pets in Whiteout Survival, because we just got our pets just a couple days ago and there's a bunch of stuff I've learned, so let me break it down for you. The beast cage is where you're going to house the pets that you capture. Capturing them is pretty straightforward, and the tutorial will take you through exactly how to do that. You're going to make sure you ride the beast so you don't fall off, and that's all pretty much the rails. The place where things get kind of interesting is once you fall off the rails and you need to start making decisions about the three first pets that you're going to capture. Those pets, by the way, include the cave hyena, the musk ox, and the Arctic wolf. Technically, it's the wolf before the ox, but whatever, the order doesn't particularly matter. Now, pets bring you several benefits. First of all, based on their advancement level, or really their level and advancement, we'll cover advancement in just a second, you're going to get some amount of attack and defense for all troops, which is pretty cool. In addition, you can refine the pet in order to get lethality, health, big deal, all right? It's a big deal. Now, each of these pets also has a skill. That skill can be unlocked, I believe, after you hit level 10 and advance to the sort of second tier. But these skills give you limited time sort of buffs and effects, okay? And so, as an example, the hyenas give you a construction speed boost. So you would pop this ability before you do big construction, and for the next 5 minutes, you get, for my tier of level 4, a 12% boost to construction speed, which is amazing. And the cooldown of this ability changes depending on what pet you're talking about, and potentially changes with the level of the pet. So for example, this pet has a 23-hour cooldown. If we get a look actually at the ox and its ability, you can see mine's on cooldown already, but you instantly harness all the resources or gather all the resources from a resource node, which is pretty cool. And increasing the level of this is decreasing the cooldown. So it starts with a 1 day, 11-hour cooldown and goes as fast as every 15 hours. All right, and the other pet that's really cool that you get at the start is the Arctic wolf. I say it's really cool because you get stamina from this pet. So very simply, unlocking these abilities is a great starting point. You want to unlock these very quickly so that you can start to use them. And you can see that getting to higher levels of advancement is how you get higher levels of these abilities. So how do you get to a higher level of advancement? Well, the way that you do that is you get to the sort of level cap, okay? And let me explain. I'll show you. You're going to feed your pet. I'll do it on this musk ox. Some amount of the pet food that you need to get levels. So you can see as I level them up, I'm gaining troop attack and troop defense. I can keep leveling him up until I hit one of these breakpoints. For me, it's at level 30. Now I have to advance him. All right. In order to advance him, he requires these things. I assume it's a he, but it could be a she, right? Anyways, cruising on back over here, I've got my cave hyena. I'm going to upgrade this guy now. The materials you need to do these upgrades does change over time. It starts with, hey, you just need some taming manuals. Then, well, you also could use some energizing potions. Then you also need some strengthening serum. So this starts to stack up in terms of the cost. Now, good news, there's a bunch of places you can get strengthening serum, and this is intended to be an intro guide to pets. I'll have more information about this sort of stuff as I progress and I learn more, but one of the ways that you can get this is from these pet advancement material custom chests. I'm going to snap off 8 of the serums, and I think for this chest, when you get it, you want to be using strengthening serum as the reward you choose. I got a number of these chests from the mystery shop over here. Okay, so when you're doing your refreshes, sometimes you'll get them for free, sometimes you'll get them for 20% off. I've seen them periodically for 50% off. I think that getting them 50% off is okay for this shop, although probably not my highest priority. I would say widgets are my #1 priority from here. But anyways, we're going to go back on over to my hyena, and I'm going to advance the hyena. Now, you may be wondering, Chisco, why are you focused on the hyena first? The reason is that we're about to get fire crystals. And when we get fire crystals, I think I'm going to need a lot of building speeds. So that's what I've been told. In preparation for that, I focused the hyena first. We do the advancement. We gain some pet power. GG easy. We're up to level 5. And actually, he's max level. So advancement level is 5. Level is 50. And there it is. We're not done upgrading him yet. There's other things I can do. But I do want to point out that these pets have different rarities. Like this pet has nothing next to him for his rarity. These pets have the N, which, I don't know, what does that mean? Normal? Nothing special? Anyways, there are increasingly rare pets. And why does this matter? Because you actually get more stats per level on a more rare pet. Okay? Now, the other thing you can do to gain stats is you do something called Refinement. Refinement is where you get these lethality and health stats that we were talking about earlier. And this is kind of a curious system. Basically, you use either common wild marks or advanced wild marks to work on your pet and gain some stats. So when I refine this particular pet, you can see I gained some amount of stats, but you also can lose stats. In fact, you can refine your pet and end up worse off, in which case you just throw away the results and like GG sucks to suck. Sometimes you get wrecked. My understanding is that the higher your stats go, the more rare, the more you need this over here to actually gain stats. In other words, it's kind of a gamble for stat gain. And initially, it's pretty easy to get stats with common wild marks. Eventually, it is more efficient to be using your advanced wild marks. So save those. Long story short. So you can see here, I did that refinement. I gained 4,000 power, gained some stats, 6,000 power, gained some stats, another 6,000 power. I'm actually just crushing this. Insane. I'm used to like refining and getting like less than 1,000 power. So that's kind of cool. So you can see how these refines go. And every one of these refines has been good. Now, when I have that infantry lethality get maxed out, something interesting is going to happen. It's going to take me to the next tier, and then you cannot go any lower than sort of that tier. So I'm going to do it. You can see the color changed here. And now my infantry lethality cannot drop below like 1%. So if I had some really bad results, it wouldn't go below that. So I feel like I'm getting some pretty solid results here, so we can keep going. Ooh, I had one skill that went down by 0.7. GG. So that's how refining works. Oh, another one up to green. Very poggers. We're doing the thing. Okay. We go up again. Another one to green. My infantry health is honestly just kind of cooked here. And that time I only gained 360 power. Ooh, there you go. You can see I gain 0 power on this, which is a bit of a bummer. I do have my infantry health going up, which I need to tier up, so I'll just do it. But yeah, that's kind of the idea, is that it gets, bro. GG. I gained like nothing there. So, 360. Bro, what happened? 840. Oh my God. So yeah, already it's like way harder to like get anything good. This is insane. 240. All right, well, I did it to the point where I have one that goes negative. I could do this, and maybe you could argue it's worth it for the infantry health. I guess I'm just going to hit retry. There it is. Okay. All right, that's enough on this particular pet. I can go up to this ox if I wanted and do more refinement. Theoretically, there may be some events that I should be saving this for. So if you're an experienced player, definitely let me know down below in the comments. Oh, already a negative roll? Bro, that's crazy. That is crazy. Another negative roll? Okay, so we hit retry instead. Very poggers. Another negative roll? Oh my God. Insane. So there's a bunch of events that you can do when pets arrive to give you these refinement stones, which like, obviously I'm very inclined to just like keep smashing the button over and over, because who doesn't want more stats, and who doesn't want more stats immediately? But I'll do this on my own time, I suppose, because I think you get the idea. Like I've done enough of this to explain kind of how it works, kind of when and why you might choose to keep or discard a roll. But let's talk a little bit about the events, all right? So when pets first show up, you're going to get an event series that has a bunch of hidden quests. The Beast Whisperer. Spoiler alert, I'm going to show you what all the quests are. So on day 1, you don't have access to 2, 3, 4, and 5, but I'm going to show you all of them so you know what to prepare for, all right? So quest day 1 gives you login, hero recruitment, and pet upgrade quests. You are going to want to take at least one pet, any one pet, to level 35. Keep that in mind. Day 2 is going to be lighthouse intel, spending stamina, and refining your pets. So you might want to wait till day 2 of this event to start refining pets. I was just showing you refining. You saw how that worked. Day 3 is wilderness rallies, defeating beasts, and gathering resources. Very easy. You should be doing that anyways. Day 4 is gem spending, up to 5,000 gems spent. Keep that in mind. Alliance contributions is easy. Nomadic merchant is also pretty easy. The nomadic merchant, in case you were wondering, is the shop over here. Here's your nomadic merchant. I buy everything that costs resources until I hit things that cost gems at this point. I used to spend a ton of gems in here. Now I don't spend any gems in here. I feel like there's no need for me. By the way, if you're enjoying the vid, consider subscribing and throwing a like on here. So other things we need to see in Beast Whisperer. Day 4, we covered. Day 5, using speed ups, training troops, and claiming online rewards. In case you were wondering, those are available in your storehouse. They show up periodically based on how long you've been online. All right. And that covers the things that I think I wish I had known the moment that pets arrived in game. Okay. Long story short, they're a way to get buffs, okay, which includes a pretty meaningful amount of stats. I mean, it's not nothing, especially because, remember, this is troop attack and troop defense. This is all troop types. So those are pretty nice little buffs that you see up over here. Plus, you get activatable abilities, pet skills, okay? That's what pets are offering you. And there is, I've almost forgot the pet adventure. Okay, there is one more thing I want to talk about, pet events. So the way the pet adventure works is that every day you can claim some amount of reward chests from your alliance members. You want to claim all of those, you just hit a claim all button. I think it's 5 when you just get started. And you can also do quests, which gives you a reward from that quest, a personal treasure. And there's a % chance you get a chest that you can share with your alliance. So any chests that you have to share with your alliance would show up in the My Shares section. It shows up here for 24 hours. That's the time you have to share it. And then the cooldown for it goes away because I think the cooldown is now over here. You can see these are going to expire. And so you're going to want to do your quests over here. It costs about 10 stamina to do each quest. So 40 stamina per day. You can do 4 quests per day, at least at the time of this recording. And there are more rare chests that you can get. There's purple and there's mythic. And the difference is that they take longer. I think they have better loot. And you have a higher % chance of getting one of those shareable chests. All right. So you'll go in and do your pet quests every day and just kind of bang those out. All right. There we go. We covered pets, man. We covered pets. Several vehicles or, ways that you can go and upgrade your account power. All right. In terms of priorities, I think that the guidance to start with the hyenas for the building speed seems good. I mean, at this point, I almost can't believe it, but I've kind of maxed the hyenas actually in terms of the skill. So that seems good to me. Okay. And before you do any building stuff, you're going to pop this. You're going to pop the chief order for construction speed, right? And you get a ton of boost there. After that, I would work on the wolf, I think, as prio number 2. Because who doesn't want stamina every day? That's just straight value. And of course, who doesn't want resources every day? The Musk Ox. It's just value, right? It's just straight value. So I think that's worth just sort of locking up. And these pets don't go out with your armies. They stay in your city. Okay? So you don't have to worry about, did it go with the army or not? So when I pop this ability, Burden Bearer level 2, it gives my account a buff, which is actually going to be visible in the upper left where you see these other buffs are. Okay. And then the first army that goes into a resource node after having that buff is just going to instant harvest the entire node. So obviously pick a high level node and send full troops, right? GG easy. All right. If you enjoyed the vid, throw a like on here, subscribe. I have been enjoying the pet system, but there will be more pets. And when those show up, I'll cover them in a vid. I got voted the literally number one Valentine in the Valentine's event. for our cluster, which was kind of cool. And these themes are pretty neat. So yeah, it worked out. Yeah, GG. But I also became the president recently. So if you want to see a video about being the president, check the card in the end screen. All right. Until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies. Take care, everybody.